Hey guys, hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this video in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I appreciate it. Today I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the TwoSun TS319. This little knife has been around for a while. It's not a new offering. They have updated it and offer it in a couple of different configurations, but if you can find this guy in stock, it has been a pretty popular model for TwoSun and comes in and out of stock quite often because they do produce a lot of these. But it's a great little knife, and if you recognize that maker's mark there, that is CM Knife Works. Our friend Colin Mason Pierre, part of Devo Knives, actually the brains behind Devo Knives, I would say, but that's just me voting. Anyway, Colin designed this knife, and a couple of things stand out to me when I first experienced the knife and started handling the knife, and they're all good, but firstly is the overall size of the knife. So I've got a medium large size hand, and you'll see the way the handle's scalloped there and contoured. I can get a full 4-finger grip before I even go into the finger choil. And I've got great placement of my thumb, great control of the knife for pretty much any type of cut that I'm trying to engage in there. And then I also have this choil that's built into the handle and also into the blade here, which allows me to pop up and really take advantage of that tip if I want to do detail cuts or other type of detail cuts. That was the first thing that really drew my attention to the fact that this is a badass little TwoSun knife that I'm really stoked about. But secondly is the overall girth or thickness of the knife. So even though it's a little bit on the smaller size, and we'll do some size comparisons and I'll put some specs in the description, it's right under a 3-inch blade. So it's a smaller length knife, but it's ample, it's wide, it's a little bit beefy. It's kind of like a mini chonk, but not quite chonky enough to be considered a full-on chonk. But feels great in the hand. Contoured titanium and carbon fiber handles. With the thickness and the contouring, it really just fits the hand quite nicely. The pocket clip is very functional and leaves absolutely no hot spots in the hand no matter how hard I grip it. It's not giving me any hot spots. The other thing I really like about the knife is the lock bar access. So you can tell in the handles you've got that nice milling in the titanium, and then you've got the carbon fiber inset. But here where your lock bar access is, you've got a nice rounded over and a little bit chamfered on the lock bar itself. Apologize for the thunderstorms, guys. If you hear thunder, that is what that is. But the lock bar access is delightful. It is very easy to get to. It's very easy to access. The D10 on this knife, which, is a inset liner lock, is fantastic. It flies out, doesn't quite drop shut, but it's an easy shake shut knife. Blade steel is 14C28 in, and again, titanium carbon fiber handles. So let's do a couple of real quick size comparisons to get an idea of how this knife compares to knives that you might or might not have had experience with. The Cold Steel 4 Max, which is a bigger knife, and it's a good bit bigger than Colin's little 319. And let's look at it against the Civivi Baby Banter, which is a smaller knife. And you'll see that it's indeed larger than the Civivi Baby Banter, but closer to that same size range. So let's take a quick look at the Benchmade Bug Out. And you'll see there that it's about a 1/2 inch shorter than the Benchmade Bug Out. But when we go back to that girthiness, you can see that it's got much more handle purchase, much thicker blade stock than the Bug Out. So out of the knives we have on the table, the Civivi Baby Banter is about 1.25 inches shorter than it. And in cases like this, guys, when I don't have a knife that exactly matches and I don't want to break out my Sharpie, I break out my Ben Peterson. What's up, guys? Titanium NAF company ruler to see how big. Again, I can't read a ruler, so y'all have to take this with a grain of salt. And if it's really important to you, Google it. Looks like it's right around a little over 2.5-inch blade, right over a 3.25-inch handle. Overall length with my little Ben Peterson ruler being 6 inches. It looks like it's right under 7 inches in overall length. But a great little knife, guys. One that I can highly recommend if you find it in stock. The other variation, which Brother Grateful Panic picked up, is titanium with inset micarta that looks just dynamite. It's a banging knife. And again, I've enjoyed every knife that Colin's designed that I've come in contact with. But in terms of favorite, not counting Devo, of course, but the favorite designs, I would say that this little 319, which I could have that number wrong by now, guys. It'll be correct in the title. But this little knife is by far my favorite. I think he did an absolutely great job. I love the access to the blade hole. I love the access to the lock bar. Love the build quality. Love the blade shape. Love the finger choil and the ergonomics. Most importantly, I would love it if you guys would look out for the guy or girl to your left. Look out for the guy or girl to your right. And just basically look out for each other. Guys, it's a knife community. None of the stuff that we talk about is very serious. There are serious things that happen in the community. But just please, if you disagree with somebody or you don't always buy into the same line of logic, it's always good to talk about it. Reach out to that person, address them like a man or like a woman, and just debate it out. Talk it out. Choose debate over hate, guys. Love you all. Peace.